Hey everybody, I hope you're having an amazing day. If we haven't met, my name is Stacy and my business is Home Organized Tribe. If you're joining in today, our topic is going to be a little different. How are you feeling about organization when it comes to your house, your life? Do you feel out of control? Do you feel like you got it under control? Because that's what our topic today is really talking about, organizing your life in your 40s, your 50s and 60s, because this phase of life hits different. And let me know in the comments, can you relate to that? And do you feel like you could feel a little more calmer, a little more relaxed if you weren't so disorganized? So, how many of you feel disorganized in your life? And I would love you to drop in if you've ever been on one of my lives before. And that way we can be a little interactive. I'd love to hear what you guys are thinking. What do you struggle with most when it comes to being disorganized? What makes you feel that way? No, can't wait. Overwhelmed. Yes. How many of you feel overwhelmed with your schedule? You feel like you get up and you're already behind. And who has a to-do list that is several pages long and you don't get any of it done? And then you freaking feel like a failure at the end of the day. Yes. Can you guys read the comments? Need to make a plan. Yes. It's more than just a plan. And that's what we're going to talk about today. New, overwhelmed, welcome. Let's see, disorganized, never been here before. Oh, new faces. I love it. No, not enough time in the day, the week, the month to take care of everything. Yes, Teresa, I couldn't agree with you more. Haven't joined live before. Feel overwhelmed with all the things I've kept for my kids' school papers. Angela, girl, I totally agree with you. There's so much clutter and disorganization in our house. And what I've learned over the past several years working with, I have over 5,000 people in my program now, which is so exciting. And I'm so blessed. And I'm glad you guys are here. If you leave with anything today, I hope it's that you can take a deep breath. One thing you're always going to learn when you're working with me is that I love to break things down in threes. I also love a good 10-minute focus session. And that can go from decluttering a junk drawer and setting it for 10 minutes. You can do a 10-minute house reset. The key is not letting your brain get in the way, because how many of you zigzag and you feel like you could clean the house for an hour and then nothing else is done, right? Let's see. Master bedroom becomes a storage space. Yes. And that's the place we're supposed to go and feel super calm, right? And we don't, because we tend to shove crap in there. Let's see where to start. Paper clutter. Oh, paper clutter is the enemy. How many of you struggle with paper clutter? Let's see. Let me keep scrolling. All right. So a couple things. If you want to comment the word clutter, I have an automation set up that will send you a free link, a link that you can go get my free decluttering guide. If you do anything else, comment the word clutter. And then when you have a chance, go over to your direct messages. If you're here on the Instagram live, and you can grab that free decluttering guide. Let's see. New to your live. Mom just passed clearing her house. Yes, Marina, I get you. Clearing her house out and taking care meant, let's see. And the caretaking meant I didn't organize my own house for the last 15 years. How many of you can relate to Marina? Like, I know I can. When my mom was ill before she passed, like life stopped, because the most important thing in the whole world at that moment is that you're there for your mom, right? And so I totally get it. Piling, pushing, and never resolving. Girl, yes, we are going to resolve. We're going to stop pushing. We're going to start taking care of stuff. You'll hear I am very realistic. I believe there's no such thing as perfection. There's no such thing as buying more bins just to put more crap in, because that only covers up the clutter issue. But if you want to enjoy your house more and you want to get rid of that clutter and you're feeling all the things that everyone here is talking about, it all starts here. So back up and everybody tell me, do you feel like the mind is cluttered? Because I find that the more cluttered my mind is, the more cluttered my house is. And so there's a correlation in there, because you're just feeling chaotic in all areas of your life. And it's overwhelming. It's overstimulating. Learning to use bins. Bins could be good and bad. We got to get rid of the stuff though. My mom was super organized, you guys. She loved to shop, and she had way too much stuff. It was a quantity issue. But she had bins galore. But I will tell you, bins are not the solution. You have to look at stuff and go, am I keeping too much of one thing? Am I ever going to use this? That's what I do in all my programs, is give you the questions to ask yourself. I can't tell you what is clutter and what is it that you need. What is good memories? What is the stuff you need to keep and what you need to get rid of? But I can give you questions to ask yourself. We paid good money for it. I shouldn't get rid of this. But yet it weighs on you, right? That's why I keep going back to it all starts with your brain. And so I want you guys to tell me, how emotionally are you feeling with your day to day? Yes, a lot of self-care to stop the shame and stop taking bites of the elephant. Yes, Marina. My cousin just sold their winter home and they packed stuff and put it into a storage. They had to be out so fast. Yeah. Where should they sell stuff and keep? You have to figure out what's your time worth for selling stuff. If there's places you can donate and bless and release if time is a constraint, because you have to think about when you're renting a storage unit, and I bet you there's a lot of people on here that can relate to that, where you have to just get it out and put it in, that there's a cost to that. There's a cost to you taking your time to go through everything and also then listing it, taking pictures. For me, unless it's something like a collector's item or it's something like a big value, to me, donating is the way to go. It's my way of paying it forward. Are there college kids that need extra stuff that are going away? This is a great time of year where most of them need it. People buying their first home. To me, that goes a long way, where you don't have to rehome every little thing. It's find a donation station, find a good cause that you can donate this stuff. And for the valuables and the collectibles, then you can handle that stuff. But you've got to be able to make some quick decisions on getting rid of things. And all too often we overthink, what should I do with this? And you feel like it is your personal mission to have to literally rehome every little thing, which can be so freaking heavy on your brain. And so that's why so much of it is like it comes back to the weight and what we're carrying in our head. And that's where it all starts, because we start these mind games with ourselves, right? Now that there are too many bins, storage units, and pods, yeah, they're everywhere because people are afraid to get rid of stuff. And so all around us, those places are popping up because our basements now are full. And I think when the economy is struggling, we end up trying to keep more because we feel guilty letting stuff go, where there's a cost to your sanity of keeping this stuff, you guys. If you came in late, we are talking about decluttering, getting organized, but really step one is about organizing your life. And that's what I want to talk about today. And I want you guys to be able to organize your day and saying realistically, how much can we get done today? Because I think women in general, we literally think we are super women. And I wish we were superwoman, right? But we aren't. There's only so many hours in a day. Most of us are still working and we have to be realistic. So stop with making lists that are a billion things long, right? We need to start saying, okay, what can I do to help? How can I be realistic of what 3 things can I get done today that when I go to bed, I'm going to feel really good? And some days are crazier than others. And it may be just calling and making your dentist appointment because you're overdue, right? That is an example of one thing. One thing is not decluttering and organizing your entire closet because you're freaking irritated every time you get dressed. That's not, you just want to pick one drawer, one cabinet, one activity, one little thing that you're going to do, because otherwise we feel like we have this long freaking list and it just keeps rolling over and you feel like a failure. How many of you feel like no matter how hard you try, the list is always that long? You wake up at, how many of you are up with me at 3 a.m.? I don't know what part of menopause this is, but we literally can't remember why we came into a room. But at 3 a.m., our brain turns on and we're like, okay, let's go through all the things we should have done over the past several days. That's what I'm talking about here today, is really getting control of the craziness in our brain and being realistic on with our plan. So how many of you use a planner? How many of you use maybe on your phone, your calendar, a to-do list that you feel like is reasonable, or do you feel like your to-do list is ridiculous? And are you the only one who remembers all this stuff? Because I think for me, I always thought life was going to get easier when the kids were out of the house. I would be able to remember or have more time or like all of the stuff, right? And what happens is that our family grows. Your kids now have significant others. Maybe you have grandkids now, right? You're taking care of your parents. You're juggling more now. So it was a joke that we thought we'd have all this free time in our 40s, 50s, and 60s whenever your kids start to leave the nest. And yeah, several of you are using planners and things. That's one of my secrets to success, really, is blocking time and holding accountable. If you are going to work on a project and you are going to take 10 minutes to start decluttering or organizing something, put it on your freaking calendar and do it at a time that you can do it. For me, my most productive time is in the morning. I am spot on in the mornings. I've got the energy. If you aren't a morning person, this is probably not you, but maybe you're more of a night owl and that's the time. And so picking 10 minutes, use your timer on your phone. If you are going to commit, you're going to clean out, let's say your junk drawer, 10 minutes. Okay. on your phone and you stay focused. And there is some psychology to that when you've got, your phone's timing you, that you stay focused. And I guarantee you, I love, love, love when I get messages from clients that send a message and say, Stacey, I never knew I could get this much done in 10 minutes. I want you to try the 10-minute trick, and I want you to then send me a message and let me know how it went. If you're coming in late, you can comment the word clutter, and my automation will send you a link to go grab my free decluttering guide. That's always a good place to start if you're feeling overwhelmed with clutter. That is the number one thing, like I mentioned earlier, that people come to me. Okay, so what I want to talk about next is how many of you feel overwhelmed with finances when it comes to your checkbook, your savings, your money, controlling your bills. How many of you feel out of control, disorganized when it comes to knowing financially where you're at? Because that is another thing that a lot of women come to me and say, yeah, I have no idea where our money goes. They feel like we make good money, but it goes, and everything has freaking cost these days, right? How many of you have every single Netflix, Hulu, Peacock, all the different things? You don't even know what you're spending on certain things because all of it's digital too, right? So one of the things that I talk about, yes, with my clients is getting your finances under control so you know. So if you're somebody who's like, I don't know where my money is, I know I want to save money, but I feel disorganized when it comes to knowing my numbers. And part of this, being a business owner, we've had to do this in business. So I don't know how many of you are business owners or handle the finances for maybe a company or something, but we tend to be more organized there. When it comes to organizing the paperwork, how many of you, there are several of you already who told me paperwork, you feel out of control with paperwork, and how much of that is bills, utility, credit cards, bank statements. Some stuff you need to keep because it's taxes and stuff, right? And that's important. But so many of us keep way too much paper crap, right? Costs are definitely a worry. It adds up. Yes. So here is how I handle that. So I created a program that is called the AI Home Manager. And tell me in the comments, are you afraid of AI? Do you use AI? How do you feel about it? I've embraced it. I've used it a lot for my business, but in the last couple months, I have translated that over to my personal life, and it's a freaking game changer. So for my household CFO, I built an agent, and I'm teaching you guys how to do this step by step. Me, 50-year-old woman, I can do this. You can do this. Literally with my finances, I give you guys a CFO dashboard that has all your bills in it. And I give you this prompt. You put it into Claude, which is like ChatGPT, and it runs you through like an interview about your money, your goals, what you want. And you have this beautiful dashboard that comes up and literally shows you where your money is going. And I guarantee you, you're like, I freaking spend how much on subscriptions? And oh my God, it's like a lifesaver. And it catches things like out of the ordinary. If you're interested in learning how to do that, comment the word learn, and my automation will send you a link so you can go check it out. Marina, love AI. It's a therapist on speed dial. Girl, you and me both. So one of my AI agents, if you comment learn and go check it out, is a personal assistant. Mine's name is Nora. I encourage you guys to name your assistants. And Nora is my lifesaver. She is definitely my therapist, Marina. And I brain dump. So, that 3 a.m. wake up where you literally like remember everything that you couldn't remember all day, but at 3 a.m., your brain decides to go, did you call and make that appointment? Did you get that new filter that you needed to for the refrigerator? When's the last time you changed the batteries in the fire alarms? That's all that stuff. I brain dump everything that I can think of into Nora, my AI personal assistant, and she prioritizes things for me. So that long to-do list that we were talking about earlier, that you're like, you have too many things to do and not enough time. This is exactly where AI is freaking amazing. Comment the word learn and you can go check out. You will open your laptop. I give you exactly the prompts. I walk you through videos. So if you can use an iPhone, you can do this. I'm not afraid of AI. I'm afraid of my closet. Yes. Well, that's the good thing is I can help you stay on track to getting that closet organized. I love that. Okay, let me scroll and see if there was some questions on that. So yes, I have my personal assistant. I have a home manager. So all the stuff that needs to happen with my house, that's another agent that I built, and then I show you guys how to do it. So it just takes all that stuff off your plate. And then it connects. If you use like your Google Drive, there's a bonus in there where I literally I think it took me maybe 10 to 15 minutes and it reorganized all of my Google Drive files. Freaking beautiful. So you'll see that it's a bonus inside my AI home manager, because how many of you go on your computer to look for something and you waste time? It's the same thing when your house is full of clutter, right? You know you have something specific, but you can't remember where it's at. And now we have a digital issue, right? You know you've got that form that you downloaded, but you can't find it anywhere because the way it downloaded doesn't have whatever in it. That's another thing. AI literally can go through and put everything into beautiful files. And I built it so it will not erase anything. It literally will create one extra folder that has miscellaneous of stuff that it didn't know where it could go. But it'll take all your tax stuff and put it in a tax folder, all your personal, you instruct it. So the way I teach AI is the way I learned. It's like you speak to it. So if you open ChatGPT, you want to talk to it, not type, because I want it to be like you and we're having a conversation, right? And the way you're telling me things and the way I say things to you, you're getting way more information than if I were typing you like a text message. And that's the way you're going to get the most out of this. Okay, now let's go back to your closet, because how many of you have a crazy disorganized closet? And a lot of that comes from just holding on to years of clutter and clothes. Most women come to me and say, Stacey, I retired as a teacher, or I used to work a corporate job and I changed jobs. And so now I work from home, and you're not even wearing the same type of clothes, but you spend a lot of money on some of that stuff and you just can't part with it. That's usually the biggest hang up that I see with women when it comes to closet. Can you guys relate to that? There was a couple of you who asked some questions about a disorganized closet and being afraid of it. So I thought maybe we'd touch on that. And I would tell you, number one, the biggest advice I can give you is if it doesn't fit your current right now body, it shouldn't be in your closet, because very few of us have these enormous closets that we can have everything we own in there and still find stuff, right? And usually the biggest stressor about your closet is going to be trying to find something, trying to put laundry away. And I don't know about you, I freaking hate doing laundry. And so the more organized my closet is, the easier it is for me to put stuff away and move on. So hopefully that helps you get the stuff out that doesn't currently fit your body, put it in, if you can't bless and release it and get rid of it, get it out of your closet and store it in a box or a bin or somewhere that's not in your everyday section, okay? That way you can see what you're working with. And I would encourage you to mark those boxes you took out. If it's 2 sizes too small, 2 sizes too big, whatever it is, give yourself 6 months. If you're not wearing it in 6 months, bless and release it. So hopefully that helps with the closet. What else? If you came in late, you can comment the word clutter. My automation will send you a free decluttering guide. And the biggest thing is 10 minutes. I want you to start working in 10-minute increments. What do I do with all the things I'm not wearing and put away and haven't used? Honestly, Sally, donate them. If you've got things that are valuable that you think you can sell. But again, if you were here a little while ago, I really struggle with selling stuff at this point, because you have to think of what your time is worth. And there's just so many scammers out there that I've been burned way too often trying to sell things on Facebook Marketplace or whatever it is. It has to be something really worth it. Consignment stores if you want. But honestly, find a good organization that you feel good about donating it to. Maybe there's a women's shelter or something that you're like, they could make good use of this. It'll go to somebody who could really use it, especially if it's work clothes. It could be a lady going back into the workforce where she really needs that assistance, is going to be a really big help. Okay. And if it's vintage and stuff, like, again, if you can sell it, I would say great. That would be worth your time in taking pictures and listing it. But majority of us, our clothes, we're just going to go donate. You're going to find whatever is local to you and just bless and release it. It feels good just to let it go. It's hard in the beginning, but I promise you, another like message I love to get is when a client calls me or sends me a message and says like, I just got rid of 10 trash bags full of clothes out of our closets and I feel so good. It was so much easier to put our clean clothes away and to find the item we're looking for. There is a stress relief And it's hard to get into the rhythm of letting stuff go because you're like, I paid good money for it. I might need it. It still looks really nice. We have all these like head games that we play, and it's not worth it. Just start the process, and I promise it gets easier. Marina says donations. It was hard at first, but there is a real sense of relief. Oh, I couldn't agree more. Seriously, for those of you who are really struggling with letting stuff go, once you get it out, it is crazy. Visualize someone finding it and their thrill. Yes, that's paying it forward. And I want you to visualize yourself walking into your closet, your pantry, your whatever it is in your house. How would it make you feel if it felt organized? If you could walk in your pantry and find exactly what you're looking for, or I don't know about you, but I think ordering groceries online is the greatest thing in the world because I hate grocery shopping. It's such a freaking waste of time and I get frustrated. And then I buy shit that I don't need. So I love that I can grocery shop online and I can walk into my pantry and see what I have and order it. So I feel like it's such a savings of money too, because you're not buying stuff that you don't need, because you can easily go see in your pantry what you need and then order it. In your closet, you can easily see what you don't need, right? How many more white shirts do you need? How many more black shirts do you need? And so for me, if you watch any of my other videos, you'll see I'm all about color blocking in a closet. So if you want to take it to the next level, the reason I do that is one, I think it's nicer to see when you open your closet door or you walk into your closet. And two, the biggest reason for me is it's easier to put clothes away. So we hang almost all our clothes because I hate folding clothes. I think dressers are just waiting to get to be a disaster. So I hang as much as possible. And you do, when you do laundry, you do it in colors, right? So a lot of times you have all your lights. So everything's maybe white or light colors and you can easily hang it up. And so when I hang it in our laundry room, I hang it in the same sections that it would go away in my closet. So all the short sleeve shirts, all the white ones together, all the black ones together, all the gray ones together, whatever it is. And then literally putting laundry away is like, boom, boom. Find the things that make you crazy and what are the little things I can do that help me do this faster so I don't have to do this. Having less stuff on the bathroom counter makes it easier to wipe down my sink. And I hate cleaning. I love a clean house, but I don't want to spend my time cleaning. And if I had all of my freaking cosmetics or perfume bottles, or how many of you have too much stuff on your kitchen counter or your bathroom counter, and then it all gets dusty. For me, okay, end goal, I want it to be a clean countertop and I don't want to have to take too long to wipe it down. What's the fix? It all needs to go in cabinets or drawers, which means maybe I need less stuff because I don't have as much the drawer area or whatever. But we all are keeping cosmetics and beauty products are another thing that people have way too much. We hang on to it. How many of you bought the wrong color foundation or lipstick or whatever it is, and you end up hanging on to it because you paid money for it, but yet you're never going to freaking use it. So just do yourself a favor and throw it out. You made the mistake. You learned your lesson. You will not buy that shade again. But why in the heck is it sitting, taking up space in your drawer? There's my little tangent on that because I really do, for me, if I have clean countertops in whatever room it is, I feel better about a lot less stress and I just feel better about it. I can move about and go find things where if there's a ton of crap loaded on something, it gives me anxiety. So you do you. You have to figure out what bothers you, what doesn't, what things you mind doing, what things you don't, and then start to take little baby steps to eliminate that, whatever that stress is. Okay, as we wrap up here, if you came in late, you can comment the word clutter. I have an automation that will send you a link so you can go grab my free decluttering guide. Be sure to like my page if you are brand new. It's Home Organized Tribe. And I'm here on Instagram if you're on right now watching live, or also on Facebook and YouTube. And it is all Home Organized Tribe. And we focus on organizing everything from your brain to your day to your house. Let's see, bag and even open lotions, shampoos, etc. are welcome at the shelters. Oh, there you go. Anything you can donate is always great, right? And another one is start with the easy, low-hanging fruit, you guys. If you're really struggling to get rid of stuff, that the things you don't use are the easiest to throw out or donate. Or that go into your linen closet. How many sets of sheets do you have? How many towels do you have? Those are good donation things to animal shelters and things like that. So if you're struggling with blessing and releasing stuff, but start with the excess stuff. I'm not telling you to be a minimalist, but I am telling you that if you feel stressed out, if you struggle to keep your house clean and it bothers you, think about less is more. It's less stuff to pick up. It's less stuff to have to organize and keep track of. And if you watch any of my videos, how this whole journey started with for me was I lost my mom and she got sick and she passed away. She had two homes that we had to go through. She loved to shop. She was the most giving person. So she loved to shop and get really good deals on things. And then she literally loved gifting things to everybody. Amazing woman. And we were very close. But you can't, when you have somebody who loves to shop like that and loves to buy, there's a lot of excess stuff in the house. There was a lot of paperwork. She was queen of bins. Love her, miss her every second. But that becomes someone else's job. And all of us are not promised any amount of time. And so this whole journey for me started when my mom passed away, having to find all the important paperwork and literally digging through piles. And we're like, oh my God, here's another life insurance we didn't even know she had. Oh, Marina, I love it. I love that your mom was the same. Literally, she took gifts when she go to mail things at the post office. She took gifts for the people at the post office. Like she knew everybody. And I love that for her. But it wasn't fun cleaning her house out. And losing somebody so important to you, the last thing you want to do is start going through their stuff and having to make decisions. And some of you have talked about that. Like you end up moving it into a storage unit because you have to work, you have to go back to your life, your kids need you. And so that my big takeaway, and you'll see so many of my videos and my messaging and my mission is to help women really give that gift to your kids. So start going through. Lisa, yes, we're still finding things years later. Yes. So what an amazing gift for you. My goal, the kind of mother I am, is I want to make things easier for my kids at any point that I can. And I know you can read through a lot of my things online. I get so much freaking hate from women who are like, I raised them. The least they can do is clean up my house and I'm keeping my stuff and I don't care. If that's you, just scroll on. I get it. That's not the kind of mom I am. There's always going to be stuff to clean out. Everybody is going to have stuff. But what I don't need is 30 years of tax returns. What I don't need is random boxes of paperwork. I don't need 50 mugs. I'm never having 50 people over to have coffee or tea. I don't need 20 bed sheets and towels because I'm never going to have that many people over. That's the stuff. And we talked about this a little while ago. Having less stuff does give you less stress in your brain. Not seeing so much piled up everywhere, it takes a toll. And how many of you avoid having people over or don't answer the door when someone comes to the door because you're embarrassed about something, or someone you do have a Christmas party and people come over and they go into your cabinets, you're like, oh, and now I wish they wouldn't have done that. That's the stress I'm talking about. So we take baby steps in all my programs. We work in 10-minute sections. I have a reclaim and reset method program that helps you get control of your house in baby steps. I literally send you a new action plan every week for 52 weeks to make it easier on you. I email it to you and we have a whole members area. So if you're interested and you're like, Stacey, I'm overwhelmed, I don't know where to start, comment the word plan. I promise you, you will love the program. We are an amazing community that support each other. I know your audience is younger, but this advice is spot on. At 70, seeing some progress is giving me my mojo back. Oh yeah. I still have mountains to clear. So yes to your ideas. Love it, Marina. And that's it. If you take anything away today, it literally is, I hope you just feel motivated, because no matter your age, no matter what it is, we all have times where we need to pause and give ourselves grace in our life. If you're ill, if you're being a caretaker right now, but most of us have 10 minutes a day that we could literally set the timer, pick one drawer, one cabinet, one shelf. Don't overthink it. That's usually where we're overstimulated and we're like, oh my God, I got to go do the entire closet and I got to do the entire pantry and I got to do every linen closet. And then you're like, I freaking hate this, right? So that's where my reclaim and reset method says, slow down. Here's the plan. I give it to you. You pick 3 to 5 things. You set your timer. You pick what you want to do. So comment the word plan and you can go over to your DMs. You should get a link from me that leads you to a page that will explain more and everything that you get with it. And I promise you, we've got over 5,000 people in my programs now. And my goal is to continue to make things easier, whether it's the reclaim and reset method. We talked about having your paperwork. You can comment the word life. I came up with a family lifeline binder because everything that I find difficult for women of 40s, 50s, and 60s and so on, I'm creating a system or process so my kids don't have to deal with that. The Family Lifeline Binder, it's a program that I walk you through to have an emergency binder. So because when my mom passed, we couldn't find life insurance. We couldn't find different social security stuff. We couldn't find birth certificate. We couldn't find the bills. She paid all the bills. My dad didn't know what was due, what the mortgage was, what utility company. So I created a program. And so if you go through my Family Lifeline Binder, literally I walk you through having that binder. And like, I just traveled a bunch this past month, and my kids all know where that binder is in my house, so that if God forbid something were to happen to us, they know where to go. They know where everything is that they would need. God forbid something were to happen to us. Let's see. Love it, but seeing and hearing your live is very reassuring. Oh, please, if you are afraid of A, let me teach you, because I know there's a lot of scary crap out there, but you don't have to do all of the stuff. And you'll be amazed at how it freaking helps you with everything. Literally, you can take a picture of something you're struggling to decorate in your house, and AI can give you instructions how to do it. It can tell you, you can say, I want to decorate it from Walmart. I want to decorate it from Amazon. I only want to spend this much money. It can show you what things to do, and then give you links to everything. Makes your life so much easier if you know how to use it. That is the key. So yes, I get super freaking excited about AI because I told you guys, I explained all the assistants. I have 10 assistants that I use, and everything from my workouts to my doctor. Hormones are crazy, right? We have all these freaking things going on with how you feel, documenting everything, aging parents, documenting all of that so that when they go to the doctor, like when my mom was sick, we had all these different ways to keep track of every single doctor she had and all the medicines she was on. And I like freaking would have loved having the aging AI I built, because it literally tracks everything that I don't have to think about it. Let's see. What's your suggestions on things that I have that were my mom's, like knickknacks? Oh, yes. But I love looking at things, but have so much overall in my house. Okay. So here's the thing. I just can't get rid of it. I hear you. I think it's Jana. I hear you. And you can only keep so much. And if you have it displayed, if you love having stuff like out and you know that it reminds you of your mom, that's one thing. What I say always, don't do it, is keep boxes and bins of stuff that are just hidden in the garage or hidden in the basement. Why? Again, going back to making it simple for whoever is going to be cleaning up your house. If something happens to you, they don't even know what that stuff is. So they are going to just throw it out. What's best that you take the lead right now and go, okay, is there a family member that would enjoy this? Are there things that maybe you don't want displayed, but you just want to have, it's a really good, fun memory? Maybe you want to take a picture and start journaling on it, because you know what your kids will love is seeing generational things and why it's important. Your handwriting, your story on the thing. The thing is not what they want. They want the memory and the story of it. So if I can give you any advice, pick a handful of things from your mom that you want to, or one of your parents that you want to keep, and then bless and release the rest after you take pictures, after you document it. But see who in the family wants certain things. But again, it's just deciding what are the top things that you really love. If you love your mom's china, keep it, use it. Don't wait for Christmas. Use it all the time. I know my kids don't want china. They're not going to want to keep my china, and that's okay. It's just china. It's not life or death. And so if you have something from one of your parents that is really good memories, you have to say, okay, I love this memory of this thing. Now, do I have to keep this thing to keep the memory alive? You don't. And do I feel guilty throwing stuff out? Yes. But if it's not useful or you want to donate it, you don't have to throw it out. But that's the kind of questions you need to ask yourself. What's the end goal with it? So in all of my organizing, decluttering, okay, what's the end goal with this keepsake? And who's going to want it? What if I'm putting this off, I'm pushing it off for my family to decide. And is it even going to be meaningful to them? Which doesn't mean you can't keep it if it's meaningful to you. And again, I'm really not ever going to say, you need to throw that out. You need to get rid of that, because something could be really meaningful to you that you love having displayed because you think about it, right? Or it reminds you of someone special. And so it's part of the grieving process. But I think what I want you to do is bless and release the guilt that you feel by not keeping something because you had to clean out your parents' house and they had a whole bunch of stuff. You do not have to keep it. I had one gal in my program bring up, she had a bunch of furniture that was her mom's. And it was all in her basement, taking up a huge amount of space. And she was like, I said, do you like any of the furniture? Is it something that you could like refurb, like get redone and then it would like work with your home or your decor? And she's like, absolutely not. She's like, I just feel guilty. And I'm like, she just needed me to say, you don't have to keep it. Your mom wouldn't say, you can't get rid of that. No, she did. She'll forgive you. How many times my sister and I were going through things that my mom had and we're like, sorry, mom, we just can't. We just can't keep all of this stuff. So we found good places to donate it. Take pictures, document, bless and release. It's the best we can do, right? For some reason, when we were talking about that, I was thinking about pictures because photos are another program that I have because I don't know about you, but we always developed all of the photos, right? When growing up, that's just what we did 20, 30 years ago. And you got doubles, not even singles, right? I had duplicates of everything. And how many of you have your kids growing up? And every school picture, we got a whole package because why would we get the small package? We got the extra large package, right? So we have 52 million pictures of every, kindergarten, first grade, whatever. Another one, people struggle with throwing out photos. Or if my mom had these like huge, I don't know, what's bigger than the 16 by 20, like 18 by something, like large photos and beautiful frames of our whole family that she had around the house. I can't have all of those hanging around my house. Like we had those pictures, so we threw them out. And you may think that's terrible, but why would I want to just take all those framed photos and have them sitting in my house somewhere taking up space when I have zero intentions of ever hanging every family picture growing up that we took? Like it served its purpose. My mom loved it. My mom had them up and she loved it. I have those pictures in smaller versions. I don't need the extra large version. So those are the things that you're like, okay, is there a reason I'm keeping this? Or am I just keeping this because I feel guilty? So if you need to hear it, I am giving you permission to release the guilt. You don't need to keep every little thing, especially photos. You're not throwing your kids out because you're throwing out a picture that you have 5 of, right? And so you just can't keep it all. And what's worse is if you keep it all and then it goes to your kids, I just feel like that's not very nice either. Because then a lot of those people don't even mean anything to them. It's better for you to make those decisions now when you know who those people are. And maybe you can, again, document, put them in a scrapbook or put them in an envelope that actually just says who they are and what they are, at least, right? I have way too many photos and frames in my basement. Yes, Sally, you're not alone. And so if you need to take pictures of them, that's another way. Maybe it's pictures you don't have, but what if you're never going to hang them? It's okay to let them go. All right, as we wrap up, my name's Stacy. If we haven't met, my business is Home Organized Tribe. I'd love for you guys to subscribe and hang out. I do a lot on stories and I try to go live weekly. And I have a YouTube channel for that. So if you guys have questions or topics that you want me to cover, just send it over. You can comment the word clutter, and then my automation will send you a link to go check out my free decluttering guide. I have programs for just about anybody in this phase of life. And oh, thank you, Sally. I love it. I love what I do. I love connecting with women in their 40s, 50s, and 60s and beyond because there's just something special about this phase of life. We're not doing the diaper thing. We're not running sports anymore. Our kids are having their own life, and it's trying to figure out this new normal and what that means. And we get to make our home what we want. And so that's why I named the one program I have that helps you get started and start taking the baby steps to control the chaos in your house. It's called Reclaim and Reset because I feel like that's what we're doing. In this phase of life, we're reclaiming our home and our life, and we're taking this time to reset it, saying, I just don't know what to do with it. Thank you, Marina. Back to the job. I love it. Me too. How do I follow you? Clayton243. You can comment the word clutter, and then if you check your DMs, then you'll have a link. But you should see it's a picture of me with my hat, like a cowboy hat kind of thing. You should be able to hit that Home Organized Tribe, and then so you can hit follow. But if anything, just comment the word clutter, and then my automation will send you a link. That way you can click on that and we'll be connected. So if you have questions and stuff, you won't lose me. So hopefully that helps you. And then I do have a website that is vibe.com if you ever want to go to that. And there's no D, it's present tense organized home. So if you guys think of anything, just holler. I love hearing topics. I love hearing your success stories. I love just swapping this journey with you guys because it's unique, right? I can't describe it to you guys know because you're in it with me. Your kids are adults. We're trying to figure this out as we go. Go bless and release some stuff. Set a timer for 10 minutes. Pick 3 things that you're going to do, not large things, 3 tiny things, and start Found your YouTube. Awesome. Awesome. I'm so excited. Start doing little things for you. You deserve it. You have been taking care of everybody else, you guys. Now figure out, what do you want my home to be? What do I want my life to be? And go get it. So I love you all. Thank you so much. I hope you follow my page. I hope I see you in some of my programs. If not, I will see you on the next live or just in the comments of my videos. So make it a great day, and I will talk to you guys soon.